Do you want to learn how to distinguish a worthless coin from a project that could grow tenfold? This video presents a simple system of 5 characteristics that will help you understand whether a project has a future. After watching this video, you will never look at altcoins the same way again. The verification system is simple. We take any project and run it through 5 filters, from the most obvious check to the numbers that most people don't even look at. The first filter is the most basic, but it cuts out half of the worthless projects. Sign 1. The project must have a specific goal, not just pretty words. Imagine you see a new coin, the logo is shiny, the token is already being traded. The first filter is simple. Ask yourself, if this project were removed from the map, would anything really change? If the answer is nothing, move on and look for something worthwhile. Let's take Arweave as an example. They promise to store data forever. The slogan is bold, but it's easy to verify. When you visit the website, you can immediately see who the service is for. Journalists, archivists, developers, even NFT collections. There is a clear explanation of how and why you pay once and store forever. Now let's put it into practice. How to quickly check on your own whether a project has real meaning. First, open the website. Is the task description understandable in plain language, or is it a set of cliches from the Web3 revolution? Next, click on Docs or White Paper. Are there specific use cases written? If so, look for examples. If not, that's a red flag. The third step is CoinGecko. Info tab, links to the website, white paper, GitHub, everything in one place, 3 minutes. And it's already clear whether there's life in the project or if it's just window dressing. And the final test, can you explain to a friend in 30 seconds why this project is needed without using the words blockchain and revolution? If you get tongue-tied, the project probably has nothing to say to the market either. So we've found a project with a clear objective. Good. But does this objective translate into money? Or is the product still feeding on free samples? Let's check the protocol's wallet. Sign 2. Money is going into the protocol, not just coming out. Imagine a coffee shop where everyone who walks in is given $5 for visiting. Obviously, the business won't survive for long. In crypto, it's the same signal. When the protocol gives out more rewards than it collects in fees. How can you check this in 3 minutes without an accounting degree? It's simple. Open Token Terminal or DeFi Llama and go to the Revenue tab. Enter the project ticker and set the period to 30 days. There are only 2 main numbers on the screen. Protocol revenue, how much people actually paid in commissions, and incentives emissions, how many tokens were distributed to attract liquidity. Is the green number, revenue, higher than the red number, distributions? This means that users are paying themselves, and the product is already self-sustaining. Does the red number exceed the green one? This is a coffee shop with a surcharge. As soon as the flow of bonuses dries up, the line for coffee will disappear. Quick personal test. Switch the graph to cumulative 90 days. If the protocol distributed more than it earned in a quarter, think about how it will survive when the market cools down. But let's say everything is fine. The project can monetize the solution. What next? It already has a goal and paying customers. The only thing left is to make sure that the team is actually building the product and not just writing threads in X. Let's move on to the third filter, live GitHub. Sign 3. The team is actually writing code, not just tweets. Okay, we've figured out the numbers. Now let's open the code and see who is actually behind the project's development. You don't need an insider on the team for this. GitHub is enough. Go to CoinGecko, enter the project ticker, and click Source Code. This is usually a link to GitHub, which means we're already in the workshop. Now open the Insights, Commits tab, and select the last 3 months filter. See the graph? It tells you everything. What's important for us? Weekly activity. Commits should be stable. This means the project is alive and not abandoned. Multiple authors. If only one person commits code, it's not a serious team, but rather a hobby. The perfect number is 3 to 5 active developers or more. Quick red flags. Is the graph empty for weeks? That means development has stalled. A surge of activity right before launch? Perhaps the code was written at the last minute, just to tick a box in the press release. Final test. Open a couple of recent commits. If half of the changes are a fixed typo or README file updates rather than code changes, that's bad. The project lacks real engineering momentum. The formula is simple. Weekly commits plus at least 3 developers equals sign the project is alive. Rare edits from a single author equals sign, most likely a beautiful website without a real engine. Suppose everything is fine with development. Commits are coming in, the team is active, but that's not enough. Even the most vibrant code won't save you if the tokenomics are structured like a time bomb. It's time to take a look at the unlocking schedule. Sign 4, smooth, not explosive vesting. For institutional investors, this curve determines whether they will enter a position or not. To get the picture, I open tokenunlocks.app. Any analytical terminal is fine, and look at the issuance calendar. I'm interested in two things. The first is dynamics. If the additional emission is distributed evenly, and the increase in circulating volume remains within 20 to 25% over the next 12 months, the market is able to absorb this supply without serious pressure on the price. When the calendar shows a large column, a one-time release of 30 or 40% of the total volume, this is not just an unlocking, but a potential cascade of profit-taking. Liquidity on the spot exchange is rarely ready to serve such a release. The second is the structure of recipients. If the nearest unlocks fall on strategic partners or grant funds, the risk of selling is lower. These holders are interested in long-term capitalization, but a full cliff for the team and early investors is an alarming signal. Their ROI is calculated in tens of X's, and the motivation to lock in is obvious. A brief conclusion for a portfolio decision. Smooth linear vesting plus no major cliff events on the horizon for the year is acceptable. A discrete release of a significant volume in the coming quarters is a reason to reduce the position or postpone entry. If this filter is also passed, the final question remains: does the project have support, or has it failed to attract users? Without people, even flawless tokenomics will not translate into exponential growth. Sign 5, community. Look, Twitter followers or Discord members may mean nothing. Many projects simply hire armies of people to create the illusion of activity. They comment for pennies, post identical emojis, and stage fake discussions. That's why you need to pay attention to the details. Here's how to filter out the real community from the fake one. Twitter. Do the posts have a lot of likes, but almost no normal replies? Are the comments all the same or in different languages without any meaning? Then they are boosters and farmers, not real participants. Discord. Are there technical discussions in the chat? Do people ask questions about the product or just, where's the airdrop? Do the developers themselves provide answers, or is there silence? If you see that all communication boils down to waiting for freebies, this is not a community. It's a queue for free tokens. Today they are here, tomorrow they are with the competition. The golden rule: the less spam and the more meaningful communication, the higher the chance that someone really needs the product. Projects that can grow build not only code, but also trust. And you will see this if you look closely. Okay, you know the system. But who actually goes through it? I've picked out 3 altcoins that don't just look good on the website. They could actually become giants. No fakes, no dead tokenomics. Just meaning, growth, and strategy. Want to know what these coins are? Watch the video Top 3 Altcoins That Could Grow 10 Times at the link in the description. Now you have a system. No guesswork, no influencers. 5 signs you can check yourself. In 20 minutes and without an analytics department. These filters don't guarantee profits, but they cut out obvious risks and give you a systematic entry point. And if you already hold SOL or want to earn income with minimal risk, check out the Telegram bot at Solana Staking IO bot. It shows the yield by epoch, monitors the validator's uptime, and signals if something goes wrong. It's an easy way to stay in control, even over passive income. And then there's a whole other level: how blockchain is entering real estate. Not altcoins, but houses, trades, the legal force of NFTs. All this is in the next video. Subscribe if you want to see how technology works in real life, not just in presentations.